Hi everyone, NETFQ here. Today I thought I'd go out and do some carrier ratting in my Nidhoggur. The fit has changed since last time you saw it. It's just built for DPS, and the fit that I'm currently using, I'll bring it up here. I've got three flight support unit Tech 2s. I have the compulsory network sensor array. In the mid slots I've got two drone navigation computer Tech 2s and three omnidirectional tracking link units Tech 2s, and I have a capital shield booster Tech 1. For the low slots I've got four drone damage amplifier Tech 2s and a standard damage control unit Tech 2. And for the fighter bay, because I've only got fighters trained up to level 4, as you can see in higher, I have only got the Templar Tech 1s. So I've got 4 spare, and the rest loaded into each of the fighter bays. And I've got some mobile tractor units in the cargo hold, just so I can scoop up any all the salvage from the rats. So what I'll be doing is I'll be going to these Sansha havens, and I'll show you what I do. First of all, what I do is I just start up all my omni directional tracking link units, make sure they're all running. And because I really only want to go to the rock havens, I've just discovered a neat trick about how to determine if they're rock havens or not, or the gas havens, before you actually warp there. And the trick is, if you select it and then you go warp to 0, and it's going to say starting to warp. If you stop and it comes up like this to say that there's a Stargate nearby, then you know it's a rock haven. Hey, that's pretty nifty, isn't it? So what I'll do is I'll just inform the rest of the people in fleet that I'm actually going to be doing that site, just in case someone else wanted to do it. It just saves you warping to a site that someone else is doing. And what I normally do is I normally warp to 70 kilometers. So I'll go ahead and do that now.
Warp drive active.
And I do have my Intel window up, and so I'm aware of anything coming along that may want to get me, so to speak. So I'll just keep my eye on that while I'm doing this. So as soon as I land, there's going to be several things that are going to happen in quick succession. So I'll show you that when we land there. And we are now in warp. So I've been trying this out, and as you can see, I'm getting around 40 to 30 ticks, 30 to 40 million ticks, which isn't that bad, so that's pretty good. Especially the fact that I wouldn't say I'm an expert at it. Obviously I'll get better over time, but yeah, so far I haven't actually lost a fighter. I've been doing about 10 of them, 10 sites with my Nidhoggur with this new fit, and I have not lost a fighter, which is really surprising, because normally I lose about 1 or 2. But this new strategy, this tactic that I'm using, I haven't actually lost anything. It's all to do with orbiting the fighters, and that's just using the W key for orbit and the 1 key for the pulse lasers. Right, so what I'll do, as soon as I land, I select a align to point, which will be my Fortizar here. So I'll align out, and then I will target an object in there somewhere, and then I will launch my drones, sorry, my fighters I should say, and as you can see they are all out, and I will go and I will say orbit that, and I'll make sure they put their micro warp drives on, and I will launch one of these, and I just screwed up because I selected everything which I shouldn't have done. I only want you to walk that way, and then I want to select these three to orbit this. Right, there we go. That's done. Right, so I have launched my mobile depot. There it is. So I will bookmark that so I don't lose it. Right, and because my drones are orbiting, they don't get targeted because they're constantly moving, which is fantastic. So I'll turn my network sensor array on, which will speed up me locking these targets. And then I just press the 1 key, and away my drones go to kill that target. I select the next target, and I press the W key to make them orbit, just so they keep on constantly moving. So I'm just pressing the W key and the 1 key. As soon as it's dead, I press the W key, and then as soon as they cycle down their lasers, I then select the 1 key so they destroy the next target. So one of them slightly getting damaged, 5%, that's not bad at all. So this guy is just about dead. There we go. Press the W key, the 1 key, 1 key. So all the lasers are now on. There you go. W key, 1 key. And this is pretty much it. So I'm aligned out, as you can see. I don't have my sensor array on yet because I've targeted everything I need to. When we're down to the last rat, I will turn it back on. The reason why I don't have it on all the time is just to save cap, because this fit is not cap stable. So if you have your sensor array on and you need to use your shield boost, you will run out of cap quite quickly. So I normally keep that off as long as possible. Okay, and this is just about dead. There we go. Press the W key, boom. Alright, now what I'll do is I'll turn my sensor array back on. Network sensor array, I should say, back on. I will select the object I initially targeted, and I'll get ready to hit the orbit button. Okay, orbit. So now my drones will be orbiting that while I go ahead and I select the rest of the targets that I want. And there we go. Now that I've got some selected, I'll go ahead and attack them. Turn my sensor array off now. Alright, press the W key, press the 1 key. As soon as they cycle down, press the 1 key. Okay, W key, make them align outside the orbit the next target. W key, start them all up again. This guy's taking a bit more damage, 49%. But that's fine. Okay, W key, make them orbit. Okay, 1 key, start them up again. Okay, W key, make them orbit. 1 key, start them up again. W key, 1, cycle the rest down, done. Okay, now we're on the last drone here, so I'll start my sensor array back up. I'll do 1 cycle of my shield booster. Okay, W and 1. I'll do 1 volley of missiles in there as well, just to help speed up the destruction of this rat. I'll select this guy. I will press the orbit button. Okay, I will target all these guys. Okay, press the 1 button, target the next frigate, press the W, press the 1, another frigate there needs to die. Always start with the smallest stuff first, and then work your way back up to the bigger stuff, the battleships. So we've only got frigates and battleships here. Oh, he died quick. Right, orbit that guy. Press 1, press 1. Oh, shouldn't have done that. They are cycling down. There we go. Back up. Turn my sensor array off. Don't need that anymore. W, get them to line. 1 to start those two up, 1 to start the last one up. So yeah, carrier rating I guess is a bit more detailed than VNI rating. VNI rating you can basically do do it blindfolded. It's very hands off if you want it to be. Although if you do want to maintain the higher tick rate, it's always best to be hands on and selectively target what your drones want to go after. But obviously with carrier rating it is very very hands on. You can't go hands off with it. It's not a passive thing. You definitely need to manage your drones properly. You need to select which target they go after as quick as possible, and always got to keep them moving. As soon as they stop, that's when they die, and they can die very very quickly, especially if a frigate or a battleship has a lock on them. You will find that they'll go red and then suddenly disappear very very quickly. Oh, I'm targeting the wrong thing then. I should concentrate on what I'm doing. But I guess it's just like anything. Once you get used to doing it, it does become easier, and you will find that your tick rate will start to go up. Started off with the low 30s, and as you can see, I had a 46 million tick there at one stage. That's when I was doing things properly. And yeah, practice makes perfect, as the saying goes. So I think what I will do is from now on, instead of doing VNI rating, I will do carrier rating. When I was VNI rating with 2 alts, a main and another one that used drone assist on my main, I was getting probably around 30 million ticks. But again, that's having to manage 2 accounts or 2 screens, having to always assist, always orbit, and it was quite hectic to set up. But once everything was going, it was pretty easy. But again, it was only 30 million ticks. But now with this setup, it is a lot easier. Well, I wouldn't say it's a lot easier. It takes a bit more focus, but you get a lot more ticks, and you do go through the sites quite quickly, which means that you are going to get the true Sansha drops or the escalations quicker than you would if you were VNI rating, just simply because you are going to go through the sites quicker. So I'm just about done with this site. As you can see, when I've aligned out, I haven't adjusted my speed. I'm going as flat out as possible, as fast as the Nidhoggur will allow, and I'm 130 odd kilometers away from the actual site itself, which is fine. I think the Nidhoggur can target up to like 1,000 kilometers away, so it's pretty good, and getting the drones back from this distance is not going to be a problem, because they do have the microwarp drives on, which make them return really quick. So I'll just finish this site, get rid of all the small stuff, turn my sensor off, don't need that, always forget to turn that off. I'll do another cycle of my cat booster, not cat booster, oh, and we have a bad guy that just popped into system. So I am aligned out. I am going to turn. Are they going to get back or not? No, I'm just going to warp out, and I'll return my drones in a bit. Well, that was a bit of an anticlimax, so to speak. The great thing about fighters is that you can leave them in space, and you can recall them when you're at a warp. So that's quite interesting. That guy was not reported, so I think he was a guy that had logged off in system and has just suddenly decided to log back in. Yeah. Goons form. So I think he's just a camper. There you go, all my drones are now back. So it didn't take long at all, did it, eh? So you can leave your, not drones, your fighters, so you can leave them in space. And yeah, as you can see, all the guys that are out mining are now coming back. We do have two Hal and a Minakawa on standby. And what I will do is I will warp, where is it, this guy here, just in case he decides to go through the gate. We may be able to catch him. Turn that off. Alright, we do have a pretty good gate camp going on over here with bubbles. Just prevents people trying to come in quick and grab us. So I don't see any bad guys there yet. So the great thing about this is what you can do is you can target the gate. And I have lost tether. Why have I lost tether? Okay, something has definitely gone wrong here.
Docking request denied.
Oh, of course you can't. Why am I not tethered though? Okay, I've got to get out of here because this is not good. Something has gone wrong. I'll have to talk to the core mates about this after the video. But you saw I was tethered, and now I'm not. And it's not because I've targeted the gate. I'm not on an aggression timer. Oh, okay, it's back on. Wow. Okay. Seriously. If I target the gate, am I going to lose again? Yes. Wow. That is news to me. Look, I don't even have an aggression timer. So that. Wow, and it's back on. Can I target something else over there? Can I target the mobile? Oh, it's gone off again. Why is that? That just, is it because of these things? No, surely not. I had not noticed that before. That is really, really interesting. Okay, that all stopped. Let's target one of these again. And it's off. I'm not tethered anymore. Wow, that is is that how it's always been? Yeah, wow, okay, that's really, really interesting. Right, what I need to do then is I will warp to this guy.
Warp drive active.
And then I'll get on my perch on the citadel. They are just going around the gate. They want to nab this guy as soon as he comes through. So this may be a little bit longer video than first anticipated. So I'll call there. Alright. And this is my carrier spot. So as soon as we get out of warp, alright, and we'll walk back to my carrier spot.
Warp drive active.
Hopefully this guy decides to leave system and we can grab him at the gate. Anyway, so that that small little site that I didn't get to complete. 17.5 million tick there. Pity it wasn't more. Alright, we'll go back to my perch. Right, okay, so this is what we'll do, is we'll target the gate. which will lose my tether, but that's alright because I'm right on the Fortizar here. Not Fortizar, I should say the Citadel. I will launch my fighters, and just so we can see where my fighters are, there they are. And I will get them to orbit the gate, and away they go. And I will turn the micro warp drive on just so they get there quicker. And as you can see, the gate is just over 1,000 kilometers away, so it will take about 2 cycles. Let me just close these windows down. So they'll slow down. I'll actually just target them. There's one squadron. Okay, just wait for this to oh, wow, okay, he's ballsy. No, he's walked off. Should have had my network sensor on. Right, quickly get my drones there. Turn that on. Where are my drones gone? There they are. Okay, they're just about at the gate. Damn, should have had my network sensor on. I'll just view the gate. Right, and there are my drones. There's some other drones here from another player, another court member. So I think we scared him off, because my drones would have been in a perfect position to grab him, because he was right in the middle there. But again, I wasn't expecting that, and I was too slow. What are they saying? What gibbering? There we go. My drones are there, and they'll be orbiting around. There's even a Proteus on field as well. So the great thing about the drones all circling around is that if he was a cloaky camper, I didn't even check what ship he was in actually. So I'll have to look at the video after this and see what the guy was flying. And there you go. Drones are now circling the gate. Now normally circle at the optimum. If you have a look at the show info for the drones, as you can see, the optimal range for them with my skill level is for the pulse cannon is 10 kilometers. So I normally set the orbit range of just below that, so I've set it for 9 kilometers. And for the rockets, optimal range is 12.5, so that's fine, I'm well below that. And yeah, per fighter, you're looking at 431 HP of EM damage, so that's pretty good. So yeah, I guess we'll wait here for a bit and see if the guy comes back. See if he wants to try and make it out alive. He definitely wouldn't be able to make it to the gate cloaked. because with all that around, he's not going to make it through without being decloaked. So the guy's saying he's in a Vexter or Vexor. Tyrannus. Great thing about how we've got the bubble set up here is if you do warp to the Citadel, you can then warp straight to the gate and without any of the bubbles interfering with you. So you can warp straight to the gate and jump straight away. And again, coming back out, as you can see, there is a small little pocket here. So depending on where you land, it's really quick to get out of the bubbles and just warp to this station here, and then warp to wherever you want to go after that. But we just find that this setup is easier to manage. It acts as a major deterrent to roaming gangs that want to try and come into this pocket. They can come in, but yeah, if they want to leave, it's going to be very difficult for them to leave without at least most of them dying. So yeah, not sure exactly what the other guys are doing in the corp. I'm not on comms with them at the moment, so I'm not sure exactly what they're doing or what they're planning. But I'll try and help out as best I can by just being on this gate with my drones and making sure that whatever we if that guy does come back, we can be in a position to try and get him. Someone taking out these lancers. Of course, my network sensor array is not on, so it's taking a while to unlock them. No? Okay, I thought there were 4 here. Maybe I was mistaken. But yeah, you don't really want to mess with these because they will mess with you back. And not only them, but all their friends as well will want a piece of you. So not really worth messing with them. Oh, did they get him? Yeah, he's gone. So it looks as though they killed him. Okay, what a pity. Right, let's get back to ratting then. Let's finish that site off. So let's just recall my drones. Might go warp drive on. Bring him back 1,000 kilometers. It does take a while, unfortunately. One burst only gets you about what, 3/4 away, just shy of half. Gotta wait for the cycle. So what I'll do is I'll just kill, sorry, not kill, I'll just check Z kill board. Actually, is it in corp? Oh, there we go. Okay, so he was on a Vexor. Wow, pretty crappy fit. Didn't even have a Sino. So what was he thinking he was gonna do here? What? No Cloaky either. And obviously we've got a Jackdaw, Proteus, and we've got a Tengu that finished him off, and um, um, Stratos as well. Wow. So yeah, that's just he obviously just came into system when no one was looking, went to a safe somewhere, and then logged off. And obviously he had finished whatever he was wanting to do. So this guy didn't need to be in the system anymore, and he didn't want to make the trip back to his own space in a Vexter. So he decided that he'd get rid of it. Interesting. Should have had my network sensor array on. Would have got on them. Okay, here are my drones. I won't turn my micro warp drive on because they are just about here. I will turn these guys back on. Right, and there we go. So the great thing about having a mobile depot is that we did anchor it 30 kilometers away from the site. So if I then say 20,
Warp drive active.
hopefully that'll put us around 50 kilometers away from the site. Because it's in the same vicinity as where I initially warped to it. The other Fortizar is somewhere, yeah, over there. So okay, it's slightly different angle, but yeah, there we go, still behind us. So I'll still be around 50 kilometers away from it, which is good. So yeah, ticks for this bit slightly down, as you saw. It's only 17.5 million. But what I'll do is I will finish this off the site anyway. Alright. Well, first of all, I will just align out. Okay, line out. We will target the gate. As soon as we've targeted the gate, we'll go ahead and launch fighters, and we will just make sure that only they are targeted and not us. And we will go orbit the gate. We'll turn that on, network sensor array on. We'll target these guys. We will turn the micro warp drive on for the drones, just so they get there quicker, and we will start blapping away. Turn that off since we've targeted everything. Okay, W, and target the next one. Okay, W, target. What I will do is I'll do one more site after this, just so we get a true representation of the ticks. Okay, W and attack. Alright, select the gate. Do a bunch of missiles. Oh, not on the gate though. Bit of a screw up. Okay, and we will just target that. Oh, looks as though it was the last round anyway. And of course no true Sansha, which is a pity. Just select everything in the local. Yeah, these small frigates, they die pretty quick. And now it's just these big ones. I'll select those two, I'll turn it off. And of course my mobile depot is there, just collecting everything, which is good. So what I'll do is I'll normally have a session, I'll just do 4 or 5 sites, and then after that I'll go get my salvager and then come back to all the mobile depots I've left out and just collect all the loot and salvage the wrecks, because it does add up. I think currently I've got about 300 million in salvage, which the price of salvage is actually fluctuating quite a bit just because of the resource wars that are going to be released basically, yeah, today I guess. So everyone is holding out for that to see what the market does. It will take about a week for the market to settle down again. Wouldn't really want to go out buying anything at the moment or selling anything, just in case you make a really bad decision and lose a lot of money. Still got a lot of missiles left I should have all used. So that definitely would have sped up the whole process as well. Why aren't they coming on? Right, that's dead. Recall the fighters. Micro warp drive on. One boost of that. Alright, let's just find out which ones are which. Alright, so we'll go to this PQG.
Active.
And it is a Rockhaven because that's come up. What I'll do is I will just make sure that no one else is doing it. I'll just grab this window, make it small. Right, PQG. No one's doing PQG. Nope. So I will say I am doing it. PQG. Collect all the new guys that have come in. Alright, let's actually warp 270.
Warp drive active.
Sorry, yeah, I thought I had dropped it off at 30. That's why I said I'd be warping to it about 50 kilometers. But yeah, I forget that I do actually drop the mobile depot at 70. So 70 plus 20 is yeah, 90. Hence why. What's that? Yeah, 100. Since the last time I was lying down, I obviously moved quite a bit. Right, one more site. Let's see if we can do this without interruption. Now, where are my warp out points? You want to try and get a warp out point that's actually behind you. So this one's behind me, which is fantastic. If this wasn't behind me but in front of me, I'd probably have to choose another warp out point, because the last thing you want to do is align to something that's going to make you go closer to the ratting site, which will not be a good idea. You want to try and get away from it, just to reduce the damage. Right. So first things first, I will align out. There we go. I will drop one of these guys. I will bookmark it, and I will target the pirate gate. So this is going to be M2. I'm going to launch my fighters. I'm going to make sure that they are the only ones that are targeted. I'm going to say orbit the gate at the optimal, which is I've set to 900 meters. I'll turn my micro warp drive on to get them to the gate faster. I will turn my sensor array on, and I will start targeting them all. Smaller stuff first, then the bigger stuff. And I will say start attacking. Right, turn my sensor array off since everything is now been targeted. Just do another round of that. I'll make it 2 rounds. There we go, turn it off now. So my shields are completely repaired. Sensor array is coming off. Right, we should make short work of the site. So yeah, as you can see, each volley of the fighters, I'm getting what, 1081 roughly. They go up and down. Yeah, 1081 is a standard. I think that's the minimum for battleships anyway. Smaller ones like frigates and stuff, yeah, that does tend to go down. But obviously, yeah, you have higher hit counts as well, which is fantastic. Alright, sensor array back on. Make sure all the fighters are attacking. Alright, select the gate. Alright, orbit the gate. Alright, select all these guys. Alright, kill the small stuff first. Sensor array off. he's taking a bit of damage. But should be fine. As long as you constantly keep them moving. 71. Gee, that's getting high. Hopefully he's not going to die. Oh, gee, that's high. Something is getting him. Not sure exactly what it is. One of these battleships, he's going to die. That is a shame. Not sure if we can shave him in time though. This is the only other battleship that's not targeting me. So we'll get him next. Alright, orbit. Okay, it's coming down. 89, 88, 87. Wow, that's close. that was very, very close. Not sure exactly what happened there, but obviously something didn't like him. Quite surprising that. Anyway, he's going the right direction now. 76, 75, yeah, so he should be fine. Oh, it's gone back up to 80. Wow. He is getting a pummeling. Alright, let's just quickly get these guys. Oh, no. Too eager. Don't be too eager. Okay, good. He should be fine. Get rid of all the small stuff. There we go. So yeah, that was 50%. So yeah, even if you try and do as best you can, you really do have to watch the fighters, because that was quite close. Not sure exactly what happened there. Wasn't like that I kept the fighters still for any length of time. They're always moving. So yeah, that was quite surprising. Could have lost a drone then, but I'm glad they're only Tech 1 versions. Tech 1 versions, yeah, you're looking at about 3 million each, 3.5 million each. So you lose one, it's not that big of a deal. If you lose more than one, it starts to add up. But just yeah, I definitely wouldn't use Tech 2 drones for this, unless you were really, really good at it and didn't lose any, because I think Tech 2 drones, you're looking at about 30 to 40 million per drone. So something you really don't want to lose, especially if you do each site. Each site is probably around 20 million. So if you lose one per site, you're not making any money at all. So yeah, definitely not worth it. Okay, orbit that. Sensor array I didn't turn off, so it's already on. So yeah, all I'm doing is just pressing the W key to orbit and the 1 key to cycle the pulse lasers I should say. And what I'll do is I'll press the 3 key just to fire a couple of missiles in, just so I can use him up, because I think very soon will be the end of this ratting site. So I'll use up as many missiles as I can. Missiles and lasers definitely make short work of these battleships. And sensor array is still on. Well, I think this is the second to last stage. So I'll save some missiles for the last stage. What's that? 29 million tick. We haven't lost a drone yet, which is fantastic. We came close. 98% I think was the highest. That was right on the cusp. That could have ended badly for the drone. Not the drone. What am I saying? The fighter. Could have ended badly for the fighter. Right. 4 more battleships. One cycle of our shield booster. Orbit, orbit, orbit. One, get them all going again. Great thing about it is that when you orbit, if you've got all your fighters selected and you press the W key, or this one here that says orbit, the fighters that are currently targeting and shooting a target will not follow your instruction. They will continue to shoot at the target. So that's brilliant for you who wants to keep the non-active fighters moving, because only the non-active fighters will follow your command to orbit. So it just makes life a lot easier to manage. Just pressing W, and only the fighters that aren't currently engaged will heed that command to orbit. Okay, so I think this is the last stage coming up. And yep. Oh, and we've got a true Sansha. Hey, pretty awesome. So we'll select that first, and we will fire everything we've got at it. Because the great thing about it is if you kill the true Sansha first, then the site disappears off the map, which is fantastic, because that means that any newts or bad guys that come into system, they won't be able to warp directly to this site because it won't appear on the list, because we have killed the true Sansha, so it's gone from the list. So the only way they're going to be able to get me now is if they were to probe scan me down, which is obviously going to take them a time to do, and by the time they do that, I will be long gone. So I feel safe already. We'll get rid of these small ones, and then we'll start firing some missiles into the bigger guys. Okay. There we go, only the bigger guys left. So we'll start using up our missiles. target it again, 35%. Keep the fighters moving, you'll be fine. So I did know that with the new expansion that's coming out, is that the loot that the true Sanchas drop is going to change. Because one of the things that are really annoying in the space here, and especially the alliance that I'm in, we're in, well, I'm in the Test Alliance, as you guys probably know, you guys and girls probably know, and Test Alliance, they predominantly use shield tank ships, and the true Sancha that drops stuff, normally it's to do with plate armor and hull reinforcements, hardeners, which are basically worthless out here, which is a pity. But apparently in the in this expansion that's about to drop, they are going to drop some shield tank stuff. So they're not going to drop hull or armor hardeners anymore. They're going to start dropping shield hardeners and shield components. So that's going to be absolutely fantastic. It's going to make going after them even more valuable. So what I'll do is I'll just finish this site off, and I'll go and I will dock up my Nidhoggur, and I'll get my salvage ship out, and we'll come back to the site, and we'll just find out what that true Sancha dropped, just to see if it's something to do with hull or plate armor or hardener, which is completely useless, or if it is actually something a bit more meaty and worthwhile. Look at that, all my drones are taking some sort of damage, because I really haven't been paying attention while I've been talking to you guys. I haven't even used up any of my missiles. Out of range. There we go. Right, that's done. We call the fighters. Like the warp drives on, please. Right, close these windows down. Won't be using them today at all. Right, so they're all back. I'm already aligned out, which is fantastic. So we'll just go and warp.
Warp drive active.
And away we go. Oh, another thing I should mention is that I have been experimenting with the Orca and different ways to get it into warp quicker. And I found, I guess, the easiest way in that is to use stasis webs on the support ships, on the hulks, and use that to get the Orca into warp pretty quickly. So normally I've been experimenting with it, and you normally get the Orca, you get it to warp first. Oh, I wouldn't say warp, I should align first, and then when it gets to about 20 to 30% of its max speed, then you put the stasis web on it, and it warps pretty much instantly. So I'll definitely make a video of that soon, just so you guys can see that. Look at that, a Helen Minakawa just sitting there, protecting the fleet. Got a roll call there, and an Ishtar. Oh, what's down there?
Docking request accepted.
Just a freighter. Right, docked up. Let's get our salvager out, which is this guy here. And as you can see, it is a Noctis. Pretty crappy fit Noctis, but it does the job. So we'll warp to site 2 it was. We'll warp at 0.
Warp drive active.
yeah, so this is my salvage ship that I normally use. Medium salvage tackle. It's got 3 of them on there. I've just got expanded cargo holds, Tech 2s in the bottom slots. I've got a sensor booster, don't really need that. Micro warp drive. I have 3 salvages. I have 2 drone link augmenters just to increase the range of the salvage drones, and I've got some tractor beam units in the high slots as well. So pretty basic. I do have 5 salvage drones. The reason why I use a Noctis for this is that it's the only ship really that's small enough. Well, the only ship that's small that can actually use 5 salvage drones. So here we go. As you can see, the rock is gone. Quite interesting that message came up again. So let us just I can't click on it without seeing it. There we go. Now, has it gone ahead and looted our true Sansha? Not yet. So let's find out where our true Sansha is. There it is. Oh, 80 kilometers away. That's a long way. Why can't the tractor unit... Oh, actually, I do have tractor units. Ah, they only go up to 50... Oh, I saw 5. Turn that on. No, that hasn't activated. Oh, bugger. Okay. Okay, I want to make a bookmark. I am going to go somewhere pretty quick. That's only 1 AU away, so I'll go there.
Warp drive active.
And I'll quickly warp away and then warp directly to that wreck. And I'm hoping the tractor beam doesn't get it before I come back. Otherwise it'll be a warp for nothing. Noctis are pretty slow ships. Slowing down. Add a warp. Good. Warp to 0.
Warp drive active.
Turn that off, don't need that. And hopefully that mobile mobile tractor unit hasn't picked it up yet. Which one is it? This one. See what's in it. Nothing. Wow, okay, that's a pretty crappy drop. So the only thing we got is a laser crystal. Wow. Okay, so that that wasn't that worthwhile. Oh well, so yeah, we'll just leave the tractor unit to pick that up. I think it's yeah, it's going to be salvaged loot anyway, reprocessed into ore, and the salvage and the I should say the wrecks sold after the yeah, salvaged. Anyway, so hope you enjoyed this video. I do want to do more carrier ratting. So I will be doing a lot more of that in the future, and hopefully I'll get better at doing it. Skill wise, I do want to train into the Tech 2 fighters. So they are on the plan here. Templar 2s, that's going to take 40 days though to train. But I think the priority at the moment is for the tactical logistics reconfiguration. Train that to level 5, and that means I can use the triage module Tech 2s, which are required for the Force Auxiliary, the triage carriers like the Minakawa, etc. So I want to train that up first. That's going to take just over 2 weeks to train that up, and then I'm going to train the fighters to level 5 so I can start using the Tech 2 fighters. And yeah, as I said, that's going to take just over a month, 40 days, so that's quite a long train time. So I may look at using some skill injectors just to get that time down a bit, but we'll see. For the industry wise, I have trained up the skill required to build my Oracle. So as you can see, that is in the cooker, and that is going to take another 5 days and 6 hours, and then I'll have a Oracle which I think I will put on the market and sell. So that's in the cooker. That's yeah, just under a week. And then I do have another Minakawa here that's also getting built, and that's going to take 5 days and 10 hours. And I'm doing a whole bunch of research jobs here as well. Well, not research, but I'm doing a whole bunch of copying jobs here, just so I have a stockpile of blueprint copies that I can either give to court mates or use myself to make the different components for the fighters. Just saves me having to use a BPO and get it tied up. You have a stockpile of blueprint copies, you can just use them and keep your blueprints originals free, and just get them constantly just making copies of themselves. And one of the things I am doing now is, as you can see, I'm doing some propulsion engines and some cargo bays as well. Reason why is I want to get one of these guys, Providence, which is not a jump freighter, it is just a freighter, and I want to get one of these in system as well. The reason why I want one of these is simply because of the cargo space. These guys, as I said, when with the skills that I've currently got, as you can see, I'm currently mastery level 5 on the Providence, and with the cargo expander Tech 2s, it can hold up to 1 million M3 of cargo in its cargo hold, and that's fantastic for someone like me being a miner, because when you do take the ore and you go and reprocess it into minerals, depending on how much you've got, that does take up a hell of a lot of space. And to try and freight that between the reprocessing citadel that we've got and the engineering complex, I've only got my arc really that only holds what 330,000 M3 of cargo, and normally it takes 2 or 3 trips to transport all the minerals down to the engineering complex. So I want one of these just so I can do that within 1 trip and not 3 or 4. So yeah, as I said, yeah, so I've got the armor plates for that. Cargo bays, I just need 10 more, and as you can see, I think they are the ones that are okay. Well, that's quite interesting. Why am I building 42 of them? when I only need 10 more. I have absolutely no idea. Oh well, they always come in handy. As you can see, I did actually have two Providence BPCs there, so maybe I'll just build the other one as well. Wow, that's quite surprising. Yeah, so I do now have some more space. I've got 10 slots free. So I need compulsion, sorry, propulsion engineer, sorry, propulsion engine. I'd had enough space for two of them, so that's 14. But as you can see, I need 20 of them. So I need another 6 in the cooker. So I'll do that now actually. Even though I'm sitting in space, quite vulnerable. I can still see if someone's coming in. Oh, 22.8 million ticks. So let's just do these propulsion engines. So I need 6 more of them. Alright, take one of these. I need 6, so 6 of them. Alright, and then I need what else do I need? So I've got all of them. These are now all in the cooker getting built. So I've got them which are getting built as well, so that's fine. So I just need 44 of these capital construction parts. So let's just copy that. So what do we have here? Okay, so we've got 20. So we'll build all of them. It's going to take 22 hours, which is fine. And so that is 23 I need. And I've got 2 spaces left. Okay, so that's fine. So 23, and that leaves just 10, which is right here. Nice round number, so I can use all that BPC up because there's only 10 runs left. Boom, done. Brilliant. So there we go. 10 out of 10 slots free. So that means I think the longest one was this one, which is 22 hours. So in 22 hours, because that is the longest time, so in 22 hours I will be able to start my Providence build. And I think, how long does that take? That takes 4 days. So in 22 hours I can start it off, and then 4 days after that I'll have my Providence. So great, means I'll have 1,000,000 M3 of space that I can use to yeah, stick stuff in, which is fantastic. Brilliant, great. Okay guys, well, I hope you enjoyed this video. Did get a little bit sidetracked in the at the beginning with that red goonswarm dude popping in or logging in the system, and yeah, having to abandon the rock haven just until we knew what was going on with that guy. So he died pretty quickly, and we went back to ratting. So yeah, it's quite good, the fact that we did 2 sites and we didn't lose any fighters, which is fantastic. We got close. One of the fighters got to about 98% damage, but luckily it didn't explode, which is fantastic. And yeah, as I said, it's just a bit more involved than VNI ratting. You've really got to watch your fighters and keep them moving all the time, but it is definitely worth it. Let's just have a look to see exactly what we got here. So yeah, we got 17.5 million for that first site that we got rudely interrupted with. But then finishing off that site and then starting the second site, we got another tick of 31 million. And then once we had finished that second site, and we were just doing other things, we got the last tick of 24 million. So it's not bad for just that's only 2 sites, which is fantastic. So yeah, it's quite a bit of money for just 2 sites. And as you saw down here, when I have been doing it, 33 million, 33 million, 38 million, 43 million, which is the highest tick that I've had so far. It's pretty good going. 29, 36, 33 million. So it's pretty good. So definitely worth doing. And I just want to get better at doing it. So we do actually get the ticks a bit higher. I know that especially with Tech 2 fighters, some people are getting up to about 60 million per tick, but that's using Tech 2 fighters. But hopefully one day, as you saw Tech 2 fighters, that's going to take 40 days for me to train, so it's quite a long train time. But I'll get there eventually. But so far I'm happy with these ticks in the high 30s or low 40s. That's pretty good. It's a lot better than I was getting with the VNIs anyway. So yeah, hope you enjoyed this video. Until the next time, fly safe. Bye for now.
Docking request accepted. Warp drive active.